Welcome to the weekly Turtle WoW News with Vrograg Radio Edition. I'm your news anchor org, Vrograg Fishlayer, here to bring you all the top server news for the week of December 9th, 2024. Let's get to it. I'm the orc, and here's the news. Uh-oh, what's that sound? That's right, the Turtle WoW community is bracing for another Winter Veil festival. The official Turtle WoW Twitter dropped a short video showing off the beloved Winter Veil, a once-a-year exclusive zone filled with holiday, cheer, and merriment. No official date has been set in stone yet, but with the end of December approaching fast, it is likely to happen sooner than later. There has even been some active development done by some of the pre-existing quests to allow more of the community to participate in the time-limited event. This means that the ever-popular world boss Snowball might be liberated from a select group of campers hogging the mob tag. So get your stockings ready and start shopping for your Secret Santa, because Winter Veil is almost here for everyone. While we're speaking about world bosses, the subject came up in an announcement on the 4th. Head of PR Acalix took to Twitter to announce the team's intention to redesign some of the mechanics behind the often contentious world boss issues. The tweet linked to a breakdown in the Turtle WoW forums which details this initiative. For a long time, world bosses on Turtle WoW have had issues due to select groups camping the respawns of world bosses. This made a de facto chokehold on those who could or could not participate in defeating these epic boss encounters. To this end, the team says they plan to lock world boss loot much like how raid encounters are locked behind raid instant lockouts. Evidently, the bosses will still naturally spawn, but items found all around Azeroth will supplement the availability of the bosses by allowing for summoning rituals to spawn these larger-than-life fights. This means world bosses won't be instanced, and players will still have to contend with the world itself, but now the encounters are no longer locked behind long arbitrary respawn timers and relentless camping. Look for these changes when the Tower of Karazhan is opened. In other top news, the ever-industrious Turtle WoW radio team stable of voice actors and writers all came together to premiere an audio short story known as The Mirebeast. This tale of adventure, intrigue, and drama is now in rotation on Turtle WoW Radio and available on demand through Everlook Radio's YouTube page. I try to stick to straight news here, but as someone who is able to observe the production of The Mirebeast and listen to the final product, I would categorize this as a must-listen program. Truly, this was a wonderful production from the radio team. Well done, and keep up the good work. And speaking of other official Turtle WoW content releases, the many custom music albums composed by Turtle WoW's music team recently received a facelift. Team artist Lionel Schramm composed several album covers for the many albums of music from Turtle WoW, from the bleak murk of Blackstone Island to a parody of the lo-fi girl studying at her table, spoofed with a forsaken loresmith reading from a tome. Make sure to give the many songs of Turtle WoW a listen, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and other stream platforms to support their great work. And finally, in top news on the 6th, the team made an announcement about the grand finale to the Olympics and Grand Fashion event called Turtles Top Transmog. With the event handing out fashion coins left and right, community members are invited to submit their custom look either through the official Turtle WoW Twitter or Reddit. The top 10 voted from each site will receive prizes, and the top 5 selected by the team will also receive prizes too. So see your local fashionista and get to making your very own look to wow people of Azeroth today. That is all we have for top news this week. Until next time, I've been Vrograg Fishlayer. Thank you for listening to Everlook Radio, and remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge. Welcome to Market Watch Radio Edition for the week of December 9, 2024. I'm your market analyst, Vrograg Fishlayer. All of our data is gathered from numbers provided by WowAuctions.net, the industry leader in auction house reports. I throw it all together to make indexes of various market sectors, as well as the S&P 200, an index of the 200 biggest and most influential commodities in the economy. So let's get to the markets. This week, the S&P 200 for Telebim was showing signs of markets growing closer to one another. The Alliance traded essentially flat, losing only 10 silver this week to 3 gold 90, while the Horde dropped 5% from 5 gold 8 to 4 gold 80. In the last month, both market indexes for Telebim have come down about 5%, indicating that much of this effect is from additional new players filling the auction house with items normally not in stock and granting the market at large much more stability. Looking at profession indexes does confirm this assessment, even on Telebim. Generally, profession indexes only have the most popular items, so a lack of stock seldom influences prices. Across the board, no profession or popular market segment index trended less than 5% up or down this month, including Zandalar Zanzas, tailoring, herbalism, fishing, and mining. The only big market movers in the last month were seen in the Elements and Enchanting Index. The Alliance Elements Index was up 95% and the Horde was down 26% due to some recent market scarcity and oversupply in the recent weeks. The Telebim Enchanting Index fell considerably, Horde down 35% and the Alliance down 47%. This is likely from the continuing fallout from the rush to enchant new alternate tier gear following the markets finally cooling off. Over on Nordinar, the S&P 200 fell 5% to a landmark 7 gold 27, the lowest on record for the current S&P 200 tracking data MarketWatch has. So it seems a market correction has been in effect recently. This may be indicative of a slowing market, and the profession indexes seem to confirm this widespread depreciation, as in the last month only 2 were trending up, skinning, but it was only a mere 4% thanks in part to a rush on certain skins early this month, and elements by a healthy 5% after a rally this week. The fact that the only 2 indexes performing well are ones related to general mob farming, skinning and elements, means that the best way to make some gold right now is likely some good old-fashioned mob kills. While the exact cause of the emerging bear market on Nordinar is hard to precisely pin down, some data suggests that it is in general because of less player activities around the holidays. For the average trader, it means that margins on profits are going to be a bit thinner. There are definitely still bright spots in the market. For instance, this last month, Essence of Water is up 25% and Elemental Earth jumped up 78%. However, hoping to find commodities jumping in value is going to be harder to come by. For the average consumer though, this will be happy news, as this deflationary pressure from the market in general means your hard-earned gold will go a lot further. So make sure to buy during the market dip and save up for when the market goes back up. That's all the time we have for this week's Market Watch. I hope you found some of the information here useful. Make sure to use wowauctions.net for all of your own market research. Remember to keep an eye on your coin, otherwise someone else will for you. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Welcome to Turtle Wow News' Community Bulletin Radio Edition. I'm your host, Vrograg Fishlayer, here to bring you all the community news and updates on events going on in your community, for the player and by the player, for the week of December 9, 2024. With Winter Veil fast approaching, there is no shortage of events going on to capture the festive season feeling. The Alliance Guild on Telebim, Sons of Mukla, are jumping in with their very own holiday transmog competition. The Wintry Fashion event will occur on the 21st, is open to both Horde and Alliance, and is featuring a fat 800 turtle tokens in prizes. The Telebim community might be smaller than Nordinar, but they are never short in having heart for their community. So if you're interested, make sure to check out the event listing to join the event Discord and get involved. This Friday, the Night Song Sentinels are celebrating the Feast of Ilthaean, a sacred time for the Kaldarai where the winter solstice is enjoyed with drinks, glaive throwing contests, and feats of strength. Later, the Solemn Vigil of Ilthaean is held, where a high priest will officially beckon in the new year. All those from the Alliance with good intentions are welcome to enjoy this event in the sacred halls of the Temple of the Moon in Darnassus. Even the notoriously rigid Scarlet Legion are loosening up with the holidays at hand with their annual Scarlet Gala. This soiree is a formal event and is evidently open to all over in Hawk's Vigil. The event posting claims that zealots have the best parties and that violence will not be tolerated. So if you're bold enough to see how this normally reclusive organization lets their hair down, then check it out on the 21st. The Kulturin Navy are taking advantage of adventurers coming home for the holidays with their enlisting day on the 11th. Members of all sorts of the Alliance are welcome to drop by, presumably the docks, of Stormwind to learn more about being part of the Kulturan Navy is all about, and those interested in seeking their fortune upon the open sea can register their service. This last weekend, yours truly hosted one of the largest transmog competitions in the River Valley of Alterac. There was a fantastic turnout of folk all over Northernarr who came to enjoy the show and the beautifully decorated stage created by the roleplay GMs. The contest had 36 contestants, all who strutted their stuff in front of 3 fashion judges to try and claim the title of Azeroth's next top Mogel, but only one could rise to the top. So congratulations to the runners-up Kazjin, Chrysantine, and Sponditu, who all left with a combined 664 gold. Of course, the grand prize winner was Rest and Beat with a stunning bold, dark druid look that wowed judges and the audience alike. They won a whopping 1,550 gold and the glory of being Azeroth's next top Mogel. Thank you to all those who helped make the event a success, the crowd, the judges, and behind-the-scenes helpers. If you missed this big event, a recording of the competition is available in the content channel of the TurtleWow Discord. Make sure to check it out to get some idea of what to do with all of your newly gained fashion coins. Enjoy the glamour of true fashion. Whether it's events, pugs, or just general fun, TurtleWow is more than a game, it's a community. So do your part in continuing that legacy by getting involved. I've been Vrograg Fishlayer, wishing you all a fun week on the server. Loktar Ogar. Vrograg Fishlayer here, keeping you up to date and informed about all the latest changes and adjustments coming to you through the changelog. This week we'll be looking at the changelog from December 3rd, which had 31 changes, from class adjustments to bug fixes. So let's check out the most impactful changes with this week's changelog roundup. The Royal Apothecary Society decided to relent last week in an ongoing battle with Azeroth's various rogue guilds. Months ago, the alchemical specialists in Undercity formulated and released a new toxin for use on poison blades known as corrosive poison. However, to remain competitive with other poisons, they added a reagent that invalidated deadly poison and made it such that the two poisons could not mutually exist. Many rogue guilds were upset by this development and chose to boycott the newly available corrosive poison, which seems to have moved the needle for the Royal Apothecary Society. A spokesperson for the organization said, "We respect the bitterness of the rogue guilds who have staged this boycott, and in recognition of their spite, we will remove the neutralizing compound from future shipments of corrosive poison." In the wake of the magic storms that rocked Azeroth, there have been some lingering issues for spells, namely the fire vulnerability endowed by Mage's Scorch and shadow vulnerability from Warlock's improved Shadow Bolt. Organizations from either disciplines of magic conducted rituals to correct the lingering ley line misalignments. The mages with piles of flaming oranges, and warlocks with a non-disclosed amount of sacrifices, whatever that means. At least now, our magically attuned allies are one step closer to having magic the way it should be once again. Mages themselves had a few other corrective actions taking place this last week. Arcanists from the Alliance found that both teleporting and offering a portal for allies to the tower in Stormwind would place those who magically traveled facing a non-functional portal high atop the wizard tower. Scores of unknowing folk from the Alliance were traipsing about the Mage Tower, seemingly lost and confused as to why they did not appear at the top of the stairs leading out of the tower. A leading archmage who was particularly upset at a group of dwarves who made a bunker out of several bookcases led a ritual to invert the portal ley lines. This measure correctly oriented travelers to the correct portal out of the tower. Also affecting mages was the official banning of magic dust imbuing bandages used by medics and first aid responders in Azeroth. The measure was initially meant to help empower the bandages and disinfect. However, this same dust was affecting how well the bandages worked when recipients had either amplify or dampen magic. Many medics don't have the ability to clear out these magical enhancements, and there was concern that it could negatively affect the survival chances of the injured. So for now, the magic dust on bandage initiative has been suspended by various medical organizations. And finally, a group made a discovery following rumor about Nefarian hiding some of his ill-gotten treasures. This week, after the dragon was chased out of Blackrock Mountain during a raid on his stony fortress, raiders discovered just behind Nefarian's throne were piles of loot normally found after defeating the Lord of Blackrock. The raiding party left a post-it note on the back of the throne saying, "We know where you've been hiding your bonus loot, Nefarian." Since this measure, Nefarian has been dropping his normal amount of loot once again, though one raider did report hearing Nefarian say, "Just wait until I get a mobile bank like you pesky adventurers." We'll keep an eye on this story for now. That completes the Changelog roundup for last week. This week's Changelog may be out soon, so make sure to check it out so you can keep on top of all the latest adjustments coming to Turtle WoW. I've been Vrograg Fishlayer with Everlook Radio, reminding you all to stay informed, because the deadliest weapon is knowledge.